This issue that's happening with the cutting room floor is exactly the kind of conversations that I want to have on the Lotus Room, and I'm looking forward to the community growing so that we can have these conversations as a collective. So I am going to give my 2 cents. I think that ultimately this is really not about you having a family to feed or just yourself. I think it's a bigger issue here in relation to just the industry holistic and what tends to happen with those that look like myself. And when I say myself, I mean Black, straight up. What tends to happen in the industry, specifically fashion, luxury, when it comes to us and the ability for us to enter into those spaces very freely and fluently. And usually it doesn't happen as seamlessly as we would like to. So let me get into it a little bit. So I already said it's not really about them having a family or not, but it is about the fact that they would be able to have a good quality of life. And I understand this is sort of like a bottom of the totem pole position, but we find ourselves in the same spot over and over and over again, where only a certain type of person, and typically a person that looks a certain type of way and has a certain kind of complexion, can move into a position such as this one. This is very reminiscent of when I came into the industry 22 years ago. And, you know, for myself personally, I didn't go into, you know, journalism the way that I wanted to because my dad was nuts. And that's a conversation for another day. But part of his argument was, you cannot be a starving artist and I am not going to take care of you for the rest of your life. And so while I very much, you know, was taken care of, and I had my sisters and my parents who, you know, did whatever for me, anything that I needed. And if I wanted to go work in a fashion closet for like $10 an hour because I genuinely, you know, said this is my passion, which it still always, it is, and it always has been, they would have figured out a way. But I personally also chose not to live that life because, like, I can't go work in the fashion closet out of college as an intern, making zero to nothing, because, like, I have a life that I need to begin to build and to begin to live, and I don't have a rich daddy for what rich is worth in this country who can supplement my income. Like, we typically know who that tends to be. That is what makes this so disappointing for me. Long video, didn't mean for it to be so, but I'm just gonna stop there. Disappointing.